So, hi everybody. Sorry for those of you who've heard me talk about this project. Somebody was saying it feels like pieces all over again. For me, it felt really like pieces all over again. This is what I've been working over here. This is what I've been working a little bit for the last 4 years, but it's been a very interesting project because it allowed me to talk with very different people, very diverse communities that I would have never talked to. This is how it started. How do we connect this urban nature with more natural nature, actual nature? That was like the main problem I wanted to address. I looked at different green roofs, and these are the different things that I was trying to address. And I've been talking with people who are doing like the parks department. They have a huge green roof in Randall's Island, and I got to talk to them, the people who take care of that garden. They have 35 systems just to make sure that the city is applying the best green roof system to their buildings that they're doing. People talk about food production, just like, oh, what's a healthy food that the neighborhoods in Harlem, in the Bronx, can be doing to actually have access to fresh food and avoid the food desert. Just talking about the acoustic and thermal insulation, it was very interesting just to go to the, somehow I got like an engineer, like a green roof engineer, like, oh, let's go check the Javits Center. We just installed a green roof and let's see how is their insulation working out. And that was really fun to be talking there and say like, okay, we do some experiments in the like, yes, please, and we do something. So this is what I was working on. I started like, how can we do this project in New York City? I have no real estate, definitely I don't own any. I was like, we can find this real estate. As I was working, at the time I started working with the Queens Museum, and on the way there you can see the parking lot of the buses, and you see kind of like what's, like the use is, you see all the parking lot, you see all the space there. I like, can we use that for something more productive or other than these numbers, which I'm still not sure if we use it as numbers. So this was the first prototype I made. That was for my thesis class. Best screen out, you have to start visualizing how do you think it would look, and this is what a Chinatown and Canal Street provided me. You can find these buses. It was very fun to play with, and hot glue guns, so that was very helpful. This is what I started imagining, and this picture has been the one, and it got a lot of attention online. People lacking my Photoshop skills, apparently people believe it's true. Which I was really impressed. That's not true, that's a Photoshop rendering, and that's what I've been asking people, asking the MTA, asking the sustainability department, like, can we please make this happen? And there's many people that have been supportive of the project. I've been working on different prototypes. That's the thing they asked me, is like, well, we're in the US, we have liability laws here. If something happens with this, that may be a problem, but you have to build many prototypes. So that's what I've been doing. That was my brief again. Like, okay, I'll get back to you with more prototypes, and that's what I've been doing. I came back with them, they worked, they're like, oh yes, but we have no money. Like, oh, okay. I'll get back to you, I'm still working. So this is kind of like my, I just imagine like how many buses, if we built every bus in the city had a garden, we would create 4 new Bryant Parks, which to me, that was very interesting. Afterwards, as I was talking with more people, it was very interesting to think that it was not just creating 4 Bryant Parks next to each other. It was like a network of gardens that were moving around the city, which that was very interesting. Again, it was giving access to these green spaces in places that would have never had a garden. Was working a little bit with Architecture for Humanity, which they helped a lot with, made like an IC rendering that I couldn't do. And we started developing like, what does it matter? Like, if it's sitting on the bus, then you have the problem of drainage, and how do you deal with that? So we divide, like, make it higher so the water can actually go underneath. Then I was working with something I gotta go faster. This is the first prototype. It was on the biobus. It was a science lab, and that I encountered some scientists who were telling me that apparently the vibrations on the plants help the plants because the oxygen helps them better through the roots. And that was very interesting. I was very happy for that. This was the second prototype in the University of Maryland. They built this for their park meter trucks, and that was very exciting. This was a food truck I built in St. Louis with the help of the owners. There was a hyper-local food truck farm. This is for the Festival of New Ideas. This is the latest prototype. It is a bit lighter, and it was showing over at the Bowery. And right now I'm working for, hopefully, this whole thing of having this winter in New York City is not the best when you're working with plants. I'm waiting for the spring to start a new prototype. These plants, they like it, but I don't like working with But like in the winter, nobody wants to work with plants. So this is what I'm trying to do. It's like a green club, which the University of Maryland is researching a lot on how to make it light weight. And that's me.